Hello guys, and welcome to another Red Life Studio episode. Please subscribe and give me a like, and share my videos if you're enjoying them. Also, feel free to leave me a comment below. Now let's begin with today's stories.
My fiancé cheated on me. I've, 32F, been with my fiancé, 33M, for 5 years. We were supposed to get married last August, but made the tough decision to postpone our big day until August of 2022 because a lot of our older family members had expressed concerns with flying and being around a crowd of people. I met him at work. We are both hairstylists at a higher-end salon. It's not a really creative environment. Occasionally you'll get someone who wants rainbow hair, but other than that it's very generic colors and cuts. Like 9 months ago, he told me he was feeling really depressed and stagnant at work and wanted to quit and work in a more creative environment. I supported him and he started working at a new salon within the month. Literally everyone who works there is in their early to mid-20s besides him. Instantly, he was so much happier, and within a few weeks he expressed his desire to start trying for a family and wanting me to come off the pill. I told him though it would be better to wait a little while, preferably after the wedding, because he wasn't bringing in the same money he used to. Some of his clients followed him, but the majority didn't, so his book/money was cut in half. His birthday is in May and he brought up trying again and how he's in a good place at work and the timing is right. I agreed to come off BC, not really trying or prevent it, thinking it would take months to get pregnant. I get pregnant in June, 20 weeks 4 days, and we're both excited for the next chapter of Our Lives Together. July he changes his hours and starts working more, and he tells me it's because he wants to be able to have money set aside for the baby because I won't be working for 6 to 8 weeks after birth. I don't think anything of it and think it's sweet he's trying to provide for the baby. 2 weeks ago he sits me down crying, telling me he fucked up. I'm thinking he got fired. He cheated on me with his 20-year-old apprentice/stylist under him. I was in complete shock. Because this is what he wanted. He told me it's been going on since he found out I was pregnant, because all of a sudden things he thought about just got really real and he couldn't handle it. I told him I couldn't deal with all this now and he needed to get out and stay with friends or family. He's been calling and texting me non-stop and apologizing. Wanting to work on things, but he won't quit. I don't trust him and don't think I can unless he leaves his jobs and isn't around her all the time. I've talked to my therapist about this and I really don't know what the right answer is here. I'm not pissed, I'm hurt. He's going to be in my life forever one way or another. I told him I'm 99% sure this is something I can't get over. I'm really trying my hardest to stay calm for the baby's sake because I know stress isn't good and can lead to issues. Any advice would be great. Him not being involved is not an option. I would never be that cruel. He'll be a great father. He's so good with kids. TLDR, my fiancé cheated on me with a stylist working under him and he refuses to quit, but wants to work on things. Next story. My fiancé cheated on me. I need to get this off my chest or it's going to eat me alive. My fiancé, M22, and I, F23, met almost 2 years ago. I could always tell he was really flirty with other girls and he was super flirty with me as well the entire time we were in the talking stage. We became exclusive around 2-ish months after we started talking and everything was good. I ended up moving in with him last year in November. We got engaged a month later in December. We spent the next months happy and rarely did we argue about much of anything. Once we got in a big argument this year in May and he didn't come home after work. He gets off at 10 p.m. I checked his location and he was at some apartments on the other side of town. I didn't think much of it, I just thought he went to go be with some friends even though I didn't know of any of his friends that stayed in this apartments. Fast forward a couple months and almost all of the time on his weekends he is there at those apartments while I'm at work. Again, didn't think much of it, but I did wonder why he never told me who lived there or who he was with. Last week I came home, it was his day off, and he wasn't home, which was strange because he's always home when I get off of work. He didn't text me and I was chilling at home for a couple hours. He comes home like 2 hours later and he looks super sad when he come through the door. He doesn't say anything, just hugs me, and I'm asking him what's wrong, and he finally goes, "I cheated." I pushed him off of me and went into our room and slammed the door. He stayed behind in the living room crying, and I come out a couple minutes later and confront him. He's been cheated on before. It was one of the things we had to overcome when we first started dating because he just was not able to trust me due to what had happened to him before. I asked him why he would do to me what was done to him when he swore to me he would never do that to someone else. He said he didn't know, but that he was sorry and he feels terrible. I asked him how long it's been going on and why he decided to tell me now. He said it was because the girl he cheated on me with is pregnant. Of course I was angry and upset at him and asked for his phone to go through all of the messages with her on them. According to her, she has been seeing him since February of this year. It made me sick to my stomach. Their conversations were all about fucking and how he was excited to go see her on his days off and that he had to wait until I was at work because I was with him all the time. I asked him where he met her and turns out she's a co-worker and they have been ducking in the parking lot after work before he comes home and almost all his days off. I feel repulsed by him. I think it's disgusting to go and fuck her and come home and pretend nothing happened and kiss me and have sex with me as well. I asked him what he plans on doing about the kid, and he said he wants nothing to do with it and that the girl has agreed. She kept calling his phone while I was going through it, and I wanted to make him read out all of their messages to each other so he could feel how ridiculous they are. He apologized and said he feels horrible and it won't ever happen again, and I do love him still. I do think he is the love of my life, but every time I look at him now I can only see the messages between him and her and how they talked about how she would touch herself when she was blowing him. I told him I think we can work this out, but I'm not so sure anymore. I keep replaying all of the messages in my head and it makes me sick to my stomach. He said he's learned and this will never happen again, but I don't know what to do. He wants to go on with our lives as if nothing happened, but I just can't wrap my head around him saying he loves me, but then going out and doing this. I can't wrap my head around how he consciously told her my girlfriend lives with me, so it will have to be a day that she's not home. I understand fucking up once and immediately telling your partner but I don't understand making a decision for months and months to deceive your partner like this and keep this secret for so long. I know he is still going to see her at work and she has decided to keep the fetus, but he has her blocked on everything and gave me his passwords for all his accounts. I'm not sure it will be enough. Please, I just need advice. TLDR. My fiancé has been cheating on me since July and got the girl pregnant. Now he wants to go on with our lives as if nothing happened. I don't know if I can forgive him. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit like. If you would like to see more, feel free to subscribe.